Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at how we can implement the facade pattern inside Symfony 7. The facade pattern solves the problem of complex processes. Basically, we create an object that encapsulates the complexity of those processes. Let's have a look. Here we want to jump right in. So inside of our service directory, we want to create a new one, and we want to call this the mailer. And inside of here we can create a facade like so, and then in here we'll create the mail facade like so, and there we go. Right, so this will accept a private read-only mail interface, there we go. And then here we're going to implement a public function and call it send templated email like so, and then this will accept some parameters. Essentially what we're doing is we're creating a wrapper that will wrap around this mailer interface to hide some of the complexity. The first parameter we're going to need in here is from, then we'll need another one which is to, and then another one which is subject, and then another one which is template, and then another one which is context, and that can equal an empty array. So that should be an array type. And this will return void like so. Okie dokie. Now we need another one, another method. But this one's going to be a private function, and we'll call this send. And this will also return void. So inside of here we want to create a new templated email like so. And then on this we want to add in the correct data. So we want to say who it's from, we want to say who it's to like so. And what else do we need? The context we can pass in as well, and the template, HTML template will equal the template, and we can also pass in the subject. There we go, like so. And then what we're going to do is we will then call this send, and then pass in the email that we just created, like so. Okay, so inside of here we want to create a try and catch statement, and in here we will catch a transport exception interface, which will be an exception, and then here we will throw the new exception like so, and we'll add that as a doc block. Right, so inside of here now we're going to need the mailer that we injected, this mailer send, and then we can pass in the email that we don't have. So we need email, and this will be the type of templated email like so, and then we can pass it in like that. Okie dokie, that's done. And this should add another doc block like that. Moving on. So now we have this set up, we need to actually use it. So let's create a new public function, and we'll call this send welcome email like so, and this will return void. Now inside of here we can call this send templated email, and we can just pass in the information that we need to. Sorry, I'm not spelling that correctly. Okay, and so we'll need the information we'll need from this to be passed in is who it's from, and the name, let's say for example the name of the person that it's from. So we'll have the email address and then their name. So it's from and it's going, oops, not from, sorry, to, terribly sorry. So to, and from, this will be an email address that we'll set. So let's set it up here as a, we'll set it as a public constant. Okay, public const like that. Application, admin, or no reply email address like so, and that will be no reply at example.com like so. Okie dokie. So if we go back down here, we can say self application no reply email address. Okay, and then the template that we're going to use will be emails welcome.html.twig, and there we go. Then what else do we need? Oh, have I spelled template incorrectly? Template, no, that's fine. We're missing the subject, so we need to pass in the subject, and we can just say welcome exclamation mark exclamation mark. And finally we can pass in the context, and the context we'll need to pass in here will be the name, which will be name like so. Actually, let's just change this quickly. Instead of to, we'll say recipient, and like so. It just looks better. Or if I can spell the word. Nope. Typo. There we go. Okay. Recipient. So now we've created this wrapper around the mailer interface to simplify sending an email. And we could, for example, extend this, and we could create another set of emails. So we could create a sign-up email. We could create an email to send for a token. We could send a reset password email. We could send any type of email, and we just come in here and reuse what we've already created, which is very useful, and it hides all of this complexity inside of this object. So now let's implement this. So if we head over to our payment controller, and we'll just copy this, and we'll keep everything exactly the same. The only thing we're going to change is the name of the method and the endpoint name. So we'll call this the facade design pattern, and this will be send email, something like that. Payment send email, like so. Okay, so we'll keep everything the same in here. What we're going to do inside of the constructor is we'll now inject that mailer facade that we just created. Mailer facade, like so, and this mailer facade send welcome email, and we can say to bob@gm.com, so that will be obviously the recipient. Recipient. I'm terrible at spelling. Just put it on the next line to make it easier to read, and then the name, and his name is going to be Bob, like so. What's it complaining about? Void method. Okay, so we don't actually need to assign it to anything because it returns a void method. But as you can see, this encapsulates a lot of the complexity inside of this object, which is the whole point of a facade. Okay, so if we head over to our application, if I just copy the endpoint here, I make sure that inside of my setup we have the consumer running. If you want to learn how to implement Docker in Symfony, check out this video somewhere here. And now I can head over to that endpoint like so. There we go. We've now hit that endpoint, and if we head over to here, we can see that we've received the email from no reply and to Bob, and it just says, "Hi Bob, welcome to our company." And this is how we can use a simple facade inside of Symfony.